You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters, we're going to talk a little bit about Baker Mayfield. Todd Bowles has come out and made some comments about his free agent, his star quarterback that he's got. He's got him for now. We know there's going to be other teams sniffing around. I think the Bucs would love to get this done before this potentially turns into a bidding war situation. I think they feel the same way about their all-world wide receiver, Mike Evans. They know. They get into a bidding war with either one of these guys, they could be in trouble. We know the Falcons, they got their eyes on Baker Mayfield. They do. Because of that, some of those coaching connections they've got there. I've said that if Baker hadn't already just been with the Carolina Panthers, you would have had to have watched out for the Panthers in all this, even with Bryce Young. But he's not going back to Carolina, and I don't blame him. I'm shocked, to be honest, and I'm shocked that the Raiders and the Steelers are not in on Baker. I am really surprised by that. But something that should be talked about is the fact that we also know the Patriots have connective tissue. Technically speaking, the Vikings, because that's Stefanski's offense, Kubiak's offense, Shanahan's offense, there's connections there. If they lose Kirk Cousins, and frankly, they can get Baker cheaper than Kirk Cousins, well, would Baker turn down the Vikings? Jordan Addison, Justin Jefferson, if they don't get rid of him? Lance Hawkinson? You got some real weapons up in Minnesota. For sure. For sure. Just like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So we got a little bit of info about sort of where he's at on the salary scale and why I don't think these numbers, they're not going to get it done. Before we get to that, let's take a look at what Todd Bowles just said. This is this morning. These comments came out, of course. Tampering season has officially started. All right? Has officially started. The scouting combine is underway. All right? And that's really why a lot of these guys are out there, is they're talking shop. A lot of teams are talking to agents as we speak. And they will really talk after they go out to eat, yada, 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 and get their drink on. I mean, it's going to be open season. Open season. Tampa Bay has a plethora of impending free agents, but the priority, it would seem, according to head coach Todd Bowles, is bringing back quarterback Baker Mayfield, who had the best season of his career in leading the Bucs to an NFC South title and a playoff win over the Philadelphia Eagles. Quote, "It's extremely high priority, obviously," Bowles said Tuesday on Good Morning Football from the 2024 NFL Scouting Combine. You know, we got a couple of days before the league year begins, but we love Baker. Baker had a heck of a year. He fit right in with us all the way around. The chemistry was outstanding with him and all the receivers and the offense as a whole. So you want to hope to build on that. I understand the business side of it. Like I said, we like Bake and we hope things get worked out. We all know the stats, 4,000 yards, 28 TDs. He's been complimentary of the Bucs, going as far as to say that the squad has a, quote, upper hand, but also letting it be known he's hoping to have wide receiver Mike Evans back as well. Mike deserves to be a Buccaneer for life, Mayfield said ahead of the Super Bowl. It's a sentiment Bowles agrees with after Evans turned in his 10th 1,000-yard season over 1,000 yards and a league-high 13 touchdowns. Quote, "He had a career year last year," Bowles said of Evans. "Obviously, he had a heck of a year, and he's been doing it for a decade, and obviously we want him to retire as a Buck. Everything we're trying to do, put all of our resources to sign him back as well," because Mike is great for the community. He's great for the team. He's great for the guys. He's a heck of a ball player. So there you've got it. I mean, they want him back. They've got other free agents. Antoine Winfield Jr., Levante David, Devin White. By the way, they already cut Shaq Barrett. He's gone. So he'll be on the market. Now, let's go over here. We're going to take a quick look at Spot Track. All right, this is the best place to go when you're looking up salary information. And they give you a calculated market value on what Baker should get. Now, question is, number one, has this been updated since the salary cap went up $30 million? Or I guess I should say went up $30 million, and it went up more than they projected it to go up. My gut feeling is this did not change. But you're seeing this right here. $27.1 million average annual salary is what they got going for Baker. They got him market value, 4 years, $108 million. Wow. Average salary, $27,128,125. NFL rank 23rd, QB rank 18th. All right? I mean, my God, he was the 35th highest paid quarterback in the league last year. Wow. Wow. And he was definitely like a top 15 to 18 quarterback. One could argue maybe as high as 12, something right in there. But definitely good enough to win you games. So this is the players that he's going to be compared to. And the things that I'm going to tell you, there's two guys that really have the Buccaneers bent over a barrel here. All right? And that's that awful Daniel Jones contract. All right? $40 million a year. Now, that's really, it says 4 years, but they can get out after 2. All right? And I suspect unless Daniel Jones throws 30 touchdowns this year, they're going to get out of that contract. Derek Carr also screwed this up. All right, 4 years, 150, 37.5. How in the hell did Daniel Jones get more money than Derek Carr or Geno Smith or Jimmy Garoppolo? Even though Garoppolo ended up shit in the bed and now he's going to be cut, still, I mean, projection-wise, you would have thought Jimmy would have had a better year, and I still think there's a world where Jimmy has a bounce-back year somewhere with somebody. All right? I don't know who. I'm probably got a Jimmy Garoppolo video coming later today about a couple of potential teams that are going to be sniffing around. One of them is very interesting, I think, and may have a connection to something we're looking at on this page or somebody we're looking at. But that's... Otherwise, you might have gotten Baker at $27 million or right in there. But now, I don't think it's going to happen. I mean, I think it's going to be more 35 to 40. 35 to 40 million. Probably, I'm thinking a 2-year contract with an option for a 3rd year. I don't know if it'll be a 3-year contract with an option for a 4th. I don't know if that is going to be a thing. Baker's only 28, and I guess there's a couple of ways to look at it. Okay, are we calling Baker's season an outlier? Because he had a couple of good years with Cleveland. All right, so Baker's basically split it. He's been in the league, I think, 6 years. He's had 3 good seasons and 3 seasons. But when you go back and look, he had a pretty good rookie year. All right? Then he had a good second year. And then he had some injuries, and it skewed everything up with Cleveland. The Buccaneers' biggest concern here with Baker is going to be a bidding war with somebody else. If they get into a bidding war with somebody else, or they lose Mike Evans, which they could also get into a bidding war with, then all of a sudden the wheels could come off and the Buccaneers are standing there going, we don't have a quarterback. We don't have a number one wide receiver. Chris Godwin's good, but he's a number two. And then what do? Do you rebuild? I mean, you could go from having a team that very much could win the NFC South, get you in the tournament, and see what happens. They came this close to the NFC Championship game. Or you could end up in a full-blown rebuild out of nowhere. Kind of a dangerous feeling for the Buccaneers, you know? Because one could argue the Falcons' offense, for example, have more weapons overall. I don't know. We'll have to see how this goes. Gut feeling, Baker will make it back. But some other team is going to throw a monkey in the wrench for one of these high-profile quarterbacks. One of these teams is going to jump in, and nobody's going to see it coming, and there you are. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.